Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and today's video is going to be our weekly housing market update. I'm super excited about this one, guys, because I have finally found a new construction build that is under normal resale values. So that's especially exciting because I have been waiting for new construction, at least to start, being priced lower than resale, because as a result of that, you guys, I believe there's going to be a pricing cut war going into 2023. So I'm going to show you guys the start of that to start the video by hopping into my local active MLS to show you guys real time data. Now, after that, guys, we're going to dig into everything interest rates, and we have had a big week of interest rates. After that, we're going to talk about inventory, followed by unemployment and savings, because that has a lot to do with what the Federal Reserve is doing. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to do this week's member shoutouts, guys, and there was a 5-way tie again. And then I'm going to end with my conclusions on this week's housing market update. But you guys remember, I'm not a financial advisor, even if I want to be, even if you want me to be. And we may want that. I may want to be a financial advisor, but I'm not right now on this channel. This is my personal YouTube channel. My experience, my bio is as a realtor, loan officer, and instructor, and a victim of my bad decisions of 2008. I had a foreclosure. I had a repo. I had a bankruptcy. I know what it's like to lose everything and get it back. I understand challenges, guys. And for that, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, shoot me a comment below, guys. But either way, let's get started. Now, as a realtor, I'm able to access what's called the MLS, or multiple listing service. Here's what that looks like right here, guys. Now, obviously, the housing market that we've been really focused on is Kingwood. Now, I could have picked a ton of other metro areas: Spring, Westfield, Aldine, Katy, Klein, Conroe, the Woodlands, Atascocita. But you guys, I wanted to stick with one metro area. There's pros and cons with every one of them, but I'm looking at Kingwood, again, because I want you guys to pick up some of the techniques that I'm using. But where this is located is actually north of Houston, south of New Caney, right here, guys. I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you, what's going on with new construction right over here. So here's the community of new builds right here that is just finally starting to be priced lower than all of these houses right here. Okay, so this is the new building community that I'm circling. Here's all of the houses that community is actually affecting, as far as if they go too far down on their price. Take a look at this listing so that I can show you what's happening. All right, so here's the house. Now, I just found this house. There's a price cut, a recent price cut about 2 days ago. So as of 2 days ago, I finally found one. 2 days ago, you guys, I'm finally making the video. As you guys can see, it's been cut about $21,000, okay? But what I really want you to focus on is the price per square foot, which is $135.69. In other words, you guys, that's a really, really good deal, for the market that we're in right now. Normally, new construction has been going for like 140 to even 165. So the fact that this is selling for $135 a square foot, this is a brand new home. It comes with a warranty. I mean, most people are going to prefer a new build versus a resale, especially if that new build construction is cheaper and comes with the warranty. Now, I understand rushing construction and quality construction. That's a video for another day. But you guys, isn't this astonishing? This is a $300,000 list price, 2,200 square foot. This is a nice house, but let me show you how it compares to houses around it. So remember, $135.69 a square foot. So again, guys, here's the comp right here. So $135 a square foot. Now, again, that's going to spread to the resale market. Any of these people that are distressed and want to sell right here, they're now possibly going to have to start competing with new construction. And honestly, as buyers on the sideline, that's exactly what we've been waiting for. That's exactly what we want to see. This is exciting. But let me show you guys right now. So I'm going to click this listing. Let me show you guys what it is price per square foot. So here we go right here, guys. So you guys can see that this resale house is listed for $169 a square foot, much more than the brand new build right down the corner. Let's keep looking. So here's a view of a bigger map. Let's check out this one. This one's listed for $365. Let's see how much it's selling for per square foot. And as you guys can see, again, even with this resale price cutting, as you guys can see here, they price cut this house about 4 days ago, and they cut the value of this house $21,000, and it's still per square foot, price per square foot, priced over new construction. Do y'all see that? So if that seller is desperate to sell their house, they now have to continue to cut because they can't even compete now with new construction. And I am very curious to see how much that, spirals out of control moving into 2023. Let's look at one more. All right, here's a home listed for $325 right here. Let's see how much it is price per square foot right now. And you guys see this? So we can see that this resale house is listed for $140 per square foot. So here's the thing, guys. The Federal Reserve is the catalyst for this housing market crash. We know that right now. But another catalyst, like I've been saying, is going to be new construction. New construction needs to suffer, unfortunately, in order for us on the sideline to win. And we're seeing that right now. So, and that was a Lennar house. So even though Lennar is dropping prices, even though they're offering insane buying incentives, you guys, they still can't sell their houses. So they're getting so desperate now that they're listing some of their property for under resale market value. How crazy is that, right? So I finally found one, guys. This is about 2 days old. I've been waiting for this to happen because, again, it's going to put more and more pressure on distressed sellers. Before I end the MLS segment, let me give you guys a quick snippet of the market analysis for Kingwood. So I go into the MLS right here, and any agent can do this for you guys. I want you guys to start, interviewing realtors and having them do a market analysis for you. I'm going to type in Kingwood. I'm going to show results right here. Now I'm going to categorize this by price per square foot. Okay, do y'all see that? So I still have, let's see, wow. Okay, so we still have about 10 properties that are under 2021 averages, which is really, really great. And look at how many houses now we have under $120 a square foot. We now have 6 options of homes under 120 square foot. And then now we also have 3 homes at 110 or under a square foot. So it's changing, you guys. And look at all of the people on the top have price cut. And if you look over to the right, most of these houses have been, what that asterisk means is it's relisted, but most of these houses have been on the market for an extended period of time. So in other words, I'm starting to see things change in my own local housing market. And that's why, you guys, I am so persistent when I tell you guys, you need to monitor your own local housing market because real estate is local. We look at national averages, we look at our local housing market, we look at housing markets in the biggest distress. But my opinion is this. I think that you guys should go hard on digging into your own local housing market, nowhere else necessarily, but your own local housing market so that you understand what a great deal is. And I hope by you guys watching my update videos over the last 6 months, you guys can get a better idea of what it looks like to get a great deal or how to find out on your own what a great deal looks like. So now we're going to move on to everything interest rates. And you guys, this has been a wacky week of interest rates. I'm going to dig in a lot of interest rates after that segment and after inventory. I'm going to dig in a little bit more on the Federal Reserve, unemployment, quantitative tightening, and things like that. Because again, you guys, I am saying absolutely wicked things. The unemployment rate actually went down, not up on Friday, and the market still rallied. So I don't get it, right? I think it's just a bunch of bull traps over and over and over again, and people just keep losing their money. That's what it looks like to me, unless they're putting or shorting, which is also dangerous. But either way, you guys, we're going to dig a lot into that because it was a big week. But first, let's start by accessing Fed economic data just to see what this week's average 30-year fixed rate is. All right, guys, so this is the Fed economic data 30-year fixed rate average in the United States. Now, remember, generally, your interest rate will be just depending on the trajectory of the market. If the market is heading down, this rule won't apply as much. If the market is going up and trending up, this rule does apply. But generally, you're going to get an interest rate 25 to 75 basis points higher than what the average is. Again, depending on the trajectory of the housing market. But what I want to point out, guys, is I was right again. Now, I estimated they would go up slightly to 6.5. They actually went up slightly to 6.48. So the week over week change is only 6 basis points. And you may remember me saying that I hope that this trend keeps going up. I anticipated this trend to go back up, but y'all, that's actually the opposite of what happened. And again, I'm going to dig a little bit more into that, but first let me show you the treasuries so that we can kind of understand what happened. So here's the 10-year treasury. Now I want to spend a little bit of extra time on this today because even though the interest rate showed up 6.48, I believe next week interest rates are going to go down sharply. Okay, so my prediction is they're going to go down sharply, and this is why. When the numbers came out, the job numbers came out, even though it was bad, even though it's not what the Federal Reserve wanted, right? And even though the Federal Reserve says, we're gonna have quantitative tightening going on for longer, the 10-year treasury dropped. I mean, look at this. It dropped significantly, you guys. It went from 3.72 to 3.56 in a very, very short amount of time. So in essence, you guys, what this has caused is mortgage interest rates to go down. When mortgage interest rates go down, depending on how much they go down, it affects demand, it affects prices. So we didn't want to see the 10-year go down like this. I, again, think this is temporary. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to definitely be keeping my eyes on this. But it's very interesting just to see how far we've come. Now, remember back in November, look at how high we were in November. We were well over 4%. I expect this to get back over 4% this year, okay? So I'm just going to go on record and say that. I don't know if it will, but I really, really think it's going to. And I'm kind of shocked that this went down instead of up after the job reports. It's really, really shocking, you guys. Having said all of that, my guess is we're going to have a pretty sharp drop downward in the trajectory of interest rates. I'm going to guess next week's average is going to be a lot lower, probably around 6.2%. And do me a favor, guys, go to the poll after you watch this video and vote on what you think is going to happen on the next interest rate update. Now let's go over inventory. It's been a long time since I've accessed this chart and really kind of broke it down. This is the Fred Economic Data Housing Inventory active listing count in the US. So it's not counting pending sales, and it's going off of actual unit amounts. But what I wanted to point out, guys, is this inventory surge and what's going on right now is absolutely not seasonal. I did a video on clear tax value about seasonality. A lot of people loved it. Some of the people misunderstood what I was saying about seasonality, and it's okay. But essentially, guys, here's what I want to show you. This is seasonal. Okay, let's go to the left of this. This is essentially COVID lockdowns. This represents a recession. But to the left of this is normal seasonal trends. Okay, so inventory goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Pretty easy to see that, right? But what I want to show you guys is ever since quantitative tightening, essentially inventory has just gone up. Do y'all see that? We haven't had this downward trend of inventory like we normally do seasonally. And normally that starts around November and it goes, down pretty sharply. It started in October here, went down pretty sharply, started, about October here again, went down pretty sharply until about January. So the fact that we have no downward trajectory in actual units, and I'm not talking about months of supply, which is a better indication in my opinion, but you guys, this is beautiful. I mean, this is a result of what, right? We know what's going on here. This is a result of quantitative tightening. This is not a result of seasonality, quantitative tightening, right? I mean, demand destruction from the Fed. This is very, very easy to see. So in other words, here's what I'm saying. So we already know right now we're at about August 2020 levels of inventory, okay? I'm pretty certain, guys, when I say this, I'm pretty confident that in 2023, we're going to get 1 million active units, okay? I think that's going to happen by Q2 of this year, maybe even Q1. But in my eyes, guys, I have no doubt that in 2023, we're going to continue to have an inventory influx. And even if that's not in resales, remember how much building 1.7 million houses right now for new homes are under construction. As the year and as the time goes on, that inventory is just going to keep flooding the market. So again, I think we're going to hit 1 million active units relatively quickly, but that's the chart that we're going to want to look at as far as a unit amount just to see if we hit that number. Now, let's dig into a little bit about why the interest rates went down, what's going on with the Federal Reserve, what's going on with unemployment. So here's where I want to start. Take a look at this brief snippet from an article. So the minutes came out on Friday. Here's what this says. Minutes from the Fed's December meeting indicated rates could stay higher for longer, you guys. And the market rallied. Okay, listen to this. The market rallied, interest rates went down, and this is how this starts. Do y'all see the problem here? Right? Let me start over. I apologize. Minutes from the Fed December meeting indicated rates could stay higher for longer. Okay, higher for longer. As policymakers stressed that it would take substantially more evidence of progress to be confident that inflation was on a sustained downward path. You guys, now it goes on. Fed officials also expressed concern that any market rally could obstruct their campaign to bring inflation back down to a 2% target. Okay, so the Fed essentially said we're going to do quantitative tightening for longer. The Fed also said, how I read it is if the market rallies, we're going to punish you. They said they're concerned about market rallies, right? And they're concerned about consistent consistent proof of downward inflation. So when that came out, when that article came out, when the minutes came out, guess what happened? All right. The market rallied. So, they're saying, be careful, make sure the market doesn't rally. You're probably going to have to cause more pain. We're really worried about the market rallies affecting our plan. And then the market rallies. It's crazy. People put money in the stock market, treasuries go, the 10-year goes down, interest rates go down. And I don't understand why. Maybe you guys can comment below. Let me know why you think that is, guys. But when I read that, it's like, okay, the Fed said, don't invest in the stock market, essentially, right? Make sure that the stock market doesn't rally. It rallies anyways. So I don't see a choice for the Fed to continue to rug pull. The way that people are spending money right now, to me, it seems crazy. Maybe I'm the crazy one, but it seems crazy. Let me show you the unemployment rate. And remember, this is all going to be linked in my description. Here's the Fed economic data unemployment rate. This was updated 2 days ago, okay? So the unemployment rate, all right, let me show you guys. It went down. It went down. It went from 3.6 to 3.5. Shocking. You guys, in fact, ever since quantitative tightening, okay? Ever since quantitative tightening, before quantitative tightening, the unemployment rate was 3.8. All right. So ever since quantitative tightening, the unemployment rate has gone down. It has gone down from 3.8 to 3.5%. Do you guys think the Fed is going to be happy about that? The Fed said we need to get the labor market under control. They can't do that. COVID money was pumped into our labor market to withstand lockdowns. You guys, look at this. The unemployment rate is lower after quantitative tightening. How do you explain that? Absolutely shocking. Look at pre-COVID. We're at pre-COVID, 3.5. Where were we at pre-COVID? I mean, this doesn't make sense. We're lower than we were. Look at this, guys. We are lower right now with quantitative tightening in almost the last 5 years. Do y'all see that? Look at this. If we go pre-COVID, this is amazing. This is amazing. In other words, here's what I'm saying. If we're listening to the Fed, if we're listening to their plan, if we're watching the data, there's more pain to come. People aren't spending their money wisely, right? The labor market is still red hot. We can have a wage price spiral. I mean, you guys, how is there not more pain to come, right? And that's why I get a little bit frustrated with the over optimism, because, if those people that are over optimistic are wrong, they could be leading people off a cliff of financial suicide, right? If I'm wrong, at least we have more inventory, at least we have buying incentives, at least your credit is better, your income is better, your assets are better, and you are more knowledgeable in your local housing market, right? Do y'all see the difference? If these influencers are wrong about the housing market, people get hurt bad and can possibly lose everything. If I'm wrong, people should be better off financially, with credit, with income, and with mindset. And that's why, you guys, I get so frustrated. Now let's go a little bit into my home buying journey. You guys know that I'm a realtor, that I'm a loan officer, that I've basically got out of origination and sales because I don't believe in selling real estate right now for obvious reasons, right? Now, to put my money where my mouth is, I'm also renting myself right now, looking for my primary residence. And I've promised my viewers that I will not get back into sales until I have purchased my own property. So here's where I'm at with that. Now, obviously, you guys have already got pre-qualified from a lender. I know what my payment is, and I know what my out-of-pocket expense is for any property that I'm interested in. And I've already had the loan officer run my file through automated underwriting. I have an accept through loan prospector. All of that due diligence up front, you guys, is extremely important. I now have something called okay, so the technical term is called conditional qualification letter, or a pre-qual, right? But it's called a conditional qualification letter. I can now, if I wasn't a realtor, I'm obviously a realtor, but I can now take that letter and I can look at houses and I can make offers. But here's where I'm at in my journey, all right? My goal's February to purchase, but I may push that out a little bit and I may not. The thing is, guys, is I found 2 houses that I like. Okay. I found 2 houses that honestly that I like pretty good amount, and the price is a winning price. If I purchase 2 houses right now that I've been looking at, I can show you guys that I won by renting. I found 2 houses. So it is possible, guys, but where I'm at with my journey is emotion. Okay. I am finding right now it is very hard for me to stay patient and to stay calm and basically calm down. You guys, I'm on MLS every single day, every single night looking for houses, and I found houses. I can make an offer right now. So again, in my journey right now, what I'm going through is the struggle of being patient and the struggle of keeping myself on the sidelines. Now, people ask me, why don't you just lowball? The reason I'm not lowballing is I'll lowball when they're in more pain. right? I'll lowball when they're in more pain. So, it is possible, you guys. I think that the quantitative tightening can get worse. If the quantitative tightening gets worse, and they go to like 75 or 100 basis points as a result of people recklessly spending their money, I may push it out, till May, even June. Okay. I have that option. I'm in a lease, right? I'm not waiting to the end of my lease to go buy a house. I still have until June to find a house before my lease ends. So in other words, you guys, I want you to be really, really careful to what I'm saying about purchasing and understand. I'm a well-qualified buyer. I would be purchasing just to move on with my life. Basically, I want to move on with my life, improve my mental health, stop wasting money on rent. But I understand that I'm also going to be catching a falling knife, and I want to limit the damage from catching that knife, right? So I just really want you to understand that, guys. Now, again, I'm going to have Jennifer Rader's information in my description. You guys don't have to use her, right? That's just someone that I trust, and I just wanted to extend that to you. So if you have questions about loans in Texas, please reach out to her, you guys. Don't reach out to me. I've been getting your emails mad love. I'll tell you guys when I'll be actively responding to emails again. And I'm trying to get to some people on there that, that really, really want my help. But understand, you guys, again, the thing is, guys, I had to step out. Now, I can make a ton of money if I get in right now, but I'm not willing to do that to people. If I don't believe in it, I'm not willing to do that. And remember, guys, this week we have a 5-way tie starting with my man Deuster. So you guys don't motivate this man. You motivate Deuster. He will knock it all out. Deuster, mad love for you, brother. I appreciate all your support. Deuster was here from the beginning. You guys know that I cannot do this without you. Real estate mindset is all of you. It's not me. I'm just some normal guy looking at data, trying to find a house for me and my family. Let's look at the next chance. Tied with Orlando Rodriguez. Brother, you made it again, man. I love the tenacity, you guys. I love the hustle. It makes me feel like you guys appreciate my content, that you're listening to what I'm saying, and and basically encourage me to keep doing it. Let's look at number 3. So it's a 2-way tie. Big shout out to Dwight. Big shout out to Corporal. I definitely appreciate you guys. Mad love. Let's see who our final champion is now. Final champion, Dave Blackman. Yeah, man, it was first. And not only was it first, you made the championship list this week. And honestly, guys, I think that's why Deuster came back. Deuster's like, wait a minute, I only need to make a one-time first place comment and I could be champion again. You guys, Deuster's a beast. Work smarter, not harder, right? I'm just saying, you guys, mad love to you. Thank you guys so much for your support. All right, guys. So in conclusion, here's what we really need to understand. The housing market crash or correction or negative equity, right, is underway. All right. There's no point in arguing with people on that. It's already underway. There should be one question people are asking themselves right now, which is, how long will the Federal Reserve continue quantitative tightening? And after they pivot, how long will we have buying opportunities? The data's out. We have more inventory. Prices are down. We have year-over-year decline. You guys, the housing market is crashing now. Having said that, I want to talk to anyone that's been priced out. If you've been priced out, remember, you can get back into the market. You just have to work on credit, income, and assets. Now, if you have recently purchased and you're afraid because you're trapped in your house, understand that you still have options. An option may be a short sell. An option may be selling your house. But if you feel like you're underwater, if you feel like you're trapped, reach out to the servicer or lender and ask about the option of loan modification. It's better to get ahead of it than be swept away. Do y'all understand what I mean? But other than that, guys, I really appreciate you following along this journey with me. And I really hope you guys got some value, insights, and perspective. And if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck and I hope you win.